everybody. Welcome to a very, very special edition of Conversation with Calvin, We the Species. Really special edition. It's kind of a reunion for me, actually. I didn't think of this as we were talking with FRANKE Previte and Eric Greene, because you guys are music icons in the world that I've been hanging around for the past 12 years. And here we are.
Yeah, at least in our minds we are.
Well,
you're the only one that's
I absolutely believe that. You know what? I absolutely believe that. You guys are. I know that. And Frankie, we could talk about 111 and Academy Awards because you won an Academy Award. We could talk about all that stuff, and we will. But what's most important about this is we're here to talk about a really special music event that's taking place at the Raritan Valley Community College Sunday, December 3rd. For Gold Star families of fallen veterans. You're going to talk all about that. I'm just kind of showing what's going to be up on all the promo pieces. This is so important. And the minute Eric had kind of mentioned this to me, it triggered my memory bank that 12 years ago, one of my first journalism stories as a journalist with NJ Discover was with Ida Gonzalez, a Gold Star mother. And it had impacted me. And 12 years ago, I started getting really involved in her support group for Gold Star mothers, for parenthetically families. So it's kind of like a full circle for me that we're together again, guys. And you're doing this amazing event. We're going to talk about T.A.P.S. We're going to talk about all of this. It truly is an amazing event. Because it's three American troubadours in a music event. Taylor, Simon, King, you guys are going to talk about that. So a very special event, December 3rd. I've done. This was my, by the way, my Johnny Carson monologue. He was one of my heroes. So my monologue is over. Let's do a little bit of an intro. We'll start with Frankie, a little bio, a little background, and we'll kind of go around the horn. Take it away, Frankie.
Well, actually, I got involved because of Eric Greene, and I just dropped my phone. Eric Greene and his involvement with Vince CIRIANNI. And they talked to me about doing a very special group to benefit the people that serve us. And so I want to pass this off to Vince because he was really the point person that brought me and talked to me. And after speaking with him, I realized this was something that was a no-brainer for me. So Vince, could you tell me a little bit about LPC?
Sure. Love, patriotism, community. My name is Vince CIRIANNI. I'm friends with Eric Greene for 30 years. I had the privilege of meeting Frankie, now Cal, through the same circles. And my mission is pretty simple. It's honoring and serving those that serve us philanthropically. Military, police, firemen, and first responders. I had this idea of putting together a mission centered around sporting events, music. That's how I met Frankie and everybody on this call, and looking to gather communities and put them together. I think everyone has an obligation to give back, to serve this great country like others have served us. And people tend to forget those that are fighting for us overseas, those protecting us in our communities, whether it be a fire, a police department, or someone showing up at your home, an EMT or a first responder, how important those values are. So what we're putting together and starting in New Jersey is a mission. It's called LPC, and that stands for Love, Patriotism, and Community. We're putting together this mission around events, gathering people. We have a concert coming up on December 3rd with Taylor, Simon, and King. And I look forward to telling you more about this with my friends Eric and Frankie on how you can support us, come along with us, and come on down this path.
Eric.
Yeah, not much to add to all that. I can only say that Vince and I have been working together for many years in the same industry. Being that I have a music background, with Slim Chance and the Gamblers and other assorted things, and having met Frankie and Lisa early on, and then bringing together two worlds, really. Worlds are colliding here to support a great cause, because these people that support us and protect us, they don't get enough. They don't get enough recognition and enough help. this is an opportunity to do that one community at a time and just expand from there. And I'm just glad to be a part of it.
I think an important part of what drew me in was when Charles Eggleston from the Blue Star family said, "Why are we waiting for another tragedy to honor our military, our first responders? Let's do it before a tragedy happens." And it was so poignant that it hit me and said, you know what, he is so right. That maybe we can draw people together. It's not a red or a blue thing. It's a red, white, and blue thing. It joins us all together. And in these times, especially now and what's going on in the world in Europe, we need to stand together as one and show the world who we are as Americans, that we are united around ourselves. So that, feeling that energy coming from, someone that's a Purple Star and someone that's been through it really hit home. So that's what got me involved.
And to get a little bit more on that, Cal, Charles Eggleston was the Walter Reed whistleblower. Charles Eggleston, you'll see on Veterans Day on the major networks. Charles Eggleston served for the U.S. Army and spent 3.5 years in the hospital coming out of combat in 71 surgeries. While he was in the hospital, Bonnie Carroll from T.A.P.S, Gold Star Families, Tragedy Recovery Assistance Program for Survivors, went and visited Charles in the hospital. These are two of the only two, plus many more, that are coming along with us on this mission. The concert will be benefiting T.A.P.S, the Gold Star families, the fallen families of the U.S. military.
That's great. Heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's also, I should say, Cal, when you say Taylor Simon King, it's a celebration of James Taylor, Carly Simon, Carole King's music. And it's with a 10-piece little orchestra with 3 different singers. And it is a baby boomers night out, or it could be a Sunday afternoon's day out. But, I said, Charles, he's a Purple Heart recipient. And so I just want to let everybody know that it's a Sunday afternoon. The Giants are on a bye. So come on and hang out with us. It's a really worthy cause.
Yeah. By the way, it was a brilliant time element to make sure the Giants are not on a bye, although it may not make a difference this year. By the way, just so folks know, and I'm looking behind you at your Academy Award. People need to know you won an Academy Award.
Oscar is my manager, so obviously he sits in a very prominent space in my house, and I've been very blessed. I was 41 years old and still trying to be a rock star, and then I wrote a song that became bigger than me, and I became a songwriter. So I've had the time of my life from the movie Dirty Dancing, and also his brother Hungry Eyes kind of changed my life and gives me an opportunity to give back, and that's why I'm here.
Right. That's just perfectly said. And I love staring at that Academy Award and where you sat. And long story. Anyway, moving on. You did touch on this, Vince, about eventually umbrellaing military, police, firemen, and first responders in what you're doing.
Yes.
Right?
So because of the size of New Jersey, and I thought this would be a New Jersey mission, because of the different roles that people played in your lives, the military serves us in the United States and abroad. The police, firemen, first responders, especially centered around 9/11. I'm glad Frankie brought that up. Post 9/11 is where they really got a lot of their notoriety, right? For what they did to go in and try to save those, and many gave their lives up because of it. What's going on in the world right now, in our states, in our communities, centered around protecting us. Everyone focuses on security, staying safe, taking care of their families, loving their family, and providing security. There's no one that does it better than those 4 categories. The military and what's going on, to Frankie's point of what's going on in Europe and in Israel right now, and like we said, you know, we had the 9/11 and we don't need another 9/11 to have us come all together. If you guys can remember when September 11th happened, the flags were waving, everyone was courteous to each other, everyone was nice and communicating with each other. Now we're very divided, we're very busy and paying attention to all the bad stories that are happening. How about some of the good stories with music, sports, entertainment, golf outings, global soccer games, things that can take us away from those hard times and those scary times and bring communities together one at a time. I've been in contact with the schools, the mayors, the fire department, police departments, first responders, military, businesses, associations. All of them are in touch with us regarding this mission that we're going on. And we hope that many of them come along with us, come and join us on December 3rd for our event, and look at 24 on what we're trying to do together.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, the great thing that Vince just said, we look forward to these different corporations around the state of New Jersey to join us and help us sponsor these events. You know, and we will send out, you know, a pitch deck with, you know, sponsor opportunities. There's even one there for a decent amount of money. I'll handwrite the lyrics that I've had the time of my life. And that will be one of the sponsors who does the top tier platinum sponsor will get the handwritten lyrics, the time of my life, plus many other perks, tickets, meet and greets, signage. So we're looking for sponsors from different corporations to take this ride with us.
And currently, Cal, we have banks and businesses and companies coming along. One of our partners is Bridging the Gap. He's a military, 36-year U.S. Air Force that's working with employers on hiring veterans. We all know what's going on in the veteran community. We came to see it a little bit closer as far as PTSD, suicide, health-related issues, finding jobs. This is really a collaborative effort to support anyone that's supporting us. And
especially the children.
Correct. The families and the children are the ones that T.A.P.S and many of these organizations cater to. When someone is killed in combat, someone loses their life, or someone commits suicide. Back to Frankie's point, this is going to take communities, businesses, and individuals joining us, making financial commitments, time commitments to come along with us.
And I like the notion, you know, besides music, it's sporting events and putting groups together, this kind of stuff that you're doing. You know, I think that's great stuff, really. Tell us specifically about, because I'm going to be posting this, tell us specifically about the event on December 3rd, Raritan Valley Community College, benefiting Gold Star. Tell us about how the event came about. How do we get tickets for it? The whole, take it away.
Frankie, I'm going to throw this to you because you're the music icon. Go ahead.
Well, you know, Vince came up with the idea actually to go to his alma mater, which is the Raritan Valley Community College. And they have a beautiful 1,000-seat theater there that I was unaware of. Yeah. And so we went and visited with them, and they are part of putting on this benefit with us. And it's on a Sunday afternoon, which I think is a good time for people on a Sunday that, you know, you're done with church. Hopefully you're finished having your lunch, and you can come out and sit and relax and take a 2.5-hour vacation and listen to music and get your mind off of what's going on in the world and come together as people. So it's a Taylor Simon King, it's benefiting T.A.P.S and the Gold Star families. And also the concert is something that I've been doing with my wife, Lisa Sherman, for about 2 years now. And we're playing November 11th on Veterans Day at the Count Basie's Vogel Theater. It will be our 5th time selling out that venue. And we are, dedicating that evening to Blue and Gold Star families. And we also play all throughout the state of New Jersey at different like PACs, New Brunswick PAC, Carteret PAC. And we're lucky enough that this music seems to, touch the heart or be more like the soundtrack to our lives. And we have people sitting in the audience that are singing louder than the band is playing. So that's always a good thing when you get that energy back as a performer, that the audience is with you. So it's a hell of an afternoon and for a great cause. So we'd love to see everybody December 3rd, Raritan Valley Community College. If you want to get a ticket, just go to TaylorSimonKing.com and you'll see our website there. Scroll down and you can purchase a ticket. Come see us. Come say hi to me.
Great.
Eric, you want to chime in on the music side? More thoughts? You guys are the music guys.
Yeah, when we first talked about this, Vince, and you first got me involved, and I realized the importance of it, I knew that it wasn't going to be, it wouldn't reach everyone without that aspect, that someone like Frankie could bring awareness really to what's going on, and especially in our state. I just feel like I think about the children of all the the first responders that passed on 9/11, or soldiers' children that have to grow up without their parent. I mean, it was so important, I thought, to combine music, a celebration, with such a worthy cause that, it was a natural combination to come together to do this. So I think it's fantastic what's happening, and I hope people will come out and support it.
Again, just showing this, I'll plaster this all over social media for people to see this. It is quite, for me as a baby boomer, although I'm getting pushed out. According to this chart I have, I'm not a baby boomer anymore, and I'm very upset about that. No, really upset. You know that? And you and I are probably contemporaries, Frankie. But they now call me, and I'm really ticked off about this. They call me the silent generation. I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, it means you keep talking.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I can live with that. I have a little chart, as I interview people, Z and millennials, X, boomers, silent. And I've now graduated to being the silent generation, which really upsets me because I ain't silent and we ain't silent.
You won't be silenced.
We ain't silent.
Not you.
So, so this is, and you're right about sitting in the audience and coming from that time period and just absorbing this music. It's just great stuff, and it takes you on a magic carpet. And what a great time of year too. Pretty soon you start watching the movie A Christmas Carol with Alistair Sim. You really get into the spirit of the holidays. So it's timing is great all the way around. Next, sponsorship. Anybody want to say any companies out there want to get involved with sponsorship, etc.?
I think Vince is working on that along with Mike Ferraro from Bridging the Gap, and Eric has brought up some ideas. We need to have those sponsors to really get behind us, so that feeling the energy from a sponsorship will get other sponsors to feel the energy that they're not alone. So don't be afraid to be the first sponsor to step forward. And we've already had 3 already. So we're looking for a 4th and 5th to come on this journey with us. This is our first event, concert-wise. Vince has already done golf events that have been super successful. And went down to Texas, and there was a soccer event that we filmed. So there are things that are happening that we will put together and be the template. Hopefully the template, New Jersey can be the template for the rest of the country.
Right.
And to pick up where Frankie left off, Cal, the sporting event that I did, my friends were on the global soccer game. I brought 2 fallen families, one to Los Angeles, one to Texas, to watch the global soccer teams, Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Juventus.
Wow.
And brought them on the fields. We videotaped the family that had lost their husband and another one that had lost their son.
Wow.
So the golf event that we just did, and the baseball game where Lisa Sherman, Frankie's wife, had an opportunity to sing the national anthem on the field. And before the game, we honored another fallen family where a son threw the first pitch in honor of his father, who was a Marine that was killed. And the golf outing was a celebration where the state police, helicopters, law enforcement, military families, Charles Eggleston, T.A.P.S, and Bonnie Carroll, the Blue Star families, where we honored those that serve us. And a lot of people left that event and said it's probably one of the best events I ever been to. So as we continue this journey through New Jersey in contact with associations, businesses are coming along, wanting to send their employees. Businesses are coming along, telling them about this effort. All the businesses promote their business through giving back. This is a great platform for us, and we're excited that we're going to try to work with the state of New Jersey and potentially make this the model for different states.
Right.
Perfectly said.
Yep. Just nothing to add to that. That's just great stuff. It really is. And it's funny, you know, about New Jersey. New Jersey is a lot of things. You know, it's a New Jersey Turnpike. It's a caucus. But New Jersey in certain areas, we certainly take the lead nationally in a lot of things. And one of these things you just articulated in setting the pace for this whole movement and this whole awareness. New Jersey also environmentally, believe it or not, is enacted One Health legislation. I'm on a steering committee. And, you know, this is a plug for our state of New Jersey. You know, the One Health brings together climate, animal, human, and plant, and everything under one sun. So, and that was done by New Jersey. So New Jersey is a great breeding ground for this kind of creativity with what you guys are doing. Finally, at the conclusion of this, where you are going to bring a video that people can now watch, LPC, Love, Patriotism, and Community, that people can watch, which you put together. Tell us a little bit about that, what they're going to see.
Frankie?
Yeah, it was, you know, an opportunity to do these events, but to also document them. And I thought it was an important step that we film and have some footage on these events that Vince was putting together. And so we went to Texas, we filmed in the golf events, and, you know, some of the guests that attended, like Bonnie Carroll and like Charles Eggleston and Todd Zeal from the New York Mets, were able to sit there and talk to us about how they felt New Jersey was the perfect place and this is the right time to do it. And so in doing so, we have 3 days of footage that I took along with my friend Rich Zinn, who was a former sports executive for NBC Sports. And I went out to San Francisco, and Rich and I sat down. It took 3 days and made it into 5 minutes of the best of those 3 days. And I'm very proud of what we did, because it tells the story, Vince's story, our story, of where we're headed and where New Jersey hopefully is headed for the rest of the nation.
And I think, Cal, to that point, I never would have been able to have thought about doing something like that. I'm thrilled that Eric connected me with Frankie. He's got a couple of awards behind him. And I told Frankie from the beginning, if you think I should do it, let's do it, because you're the entertainer. And the marketing and the messaging and the delivery, and his friend is Richard Zinn with NBC Sports. So I think this piece that we're putting together, and it's running in parallel with some of these people that are going to be on TV on Veterans Day, that are my dear friends from the military, primarily Charles Eggleston and Bonnie Carroll. Those two are they're two titans in the military space and are known throughout Washington and throughout America. So I think the timeliness of this, based on what's going on in the world, we don't have to just turn the TV on to see what's going on, not only in our country, but around the world. It couldn't come at a more patriotic moment that we can create. Let's come back together. Let's reunite. Let's serve those that serve us, and let's make a difference.
That's great.
That's great. You know, also, I wanted to say that I'm on the board of directors for the First Responders Children's Foundation. And so they will be coming on board down the road, and we will do a benefit for the First Responders Children's Foundation. It's another great organization that I'm proud to be involved with.
And just this last 2 days filming, Charles Eggleston was with the Woodruff Foundation, Bob Woodruff. If
Wow.
anybody doesn't know him,
Yeah,
he was
sure.
the journalist in covering news, and he got blown up in Iraq. So they brought Charles along with them because they both got blown up in Iraq and both survived it. And they told their story. So in the next few days, we're communicating again with the Woodruff Foundation. So other charities are finding us to come together and not compete for money, but unify and hold hands to serve a larger audience and a bigger purpose.
I remember Woodruff. And what a great hero he was, to come back from what had happened to him. So this video that people are going to see now is kind of gripping, and it encapsulates those 3 days that you spent out there, Frankie. So that's what folks are going to see now, and we've finished our little journey. And again, to remind everybody, all the information to get tickets and all the information about the show. Any last comments before we sign off?
My suggestion is that anybody that sees this video, ask yourself, do you love your family? Do you love your community? Do you love your country? And do you have people out there that we should pay tribute to? We would say yes. That's why we started the mission. Anyone that puts their life on the line for us, anybody that shows up and keeps us safer and our families, anyone in case of an emergency, we pick up the phone and we call and someone shows up, their parents, their brothers, their sisters also, they have family that they cater to. Let's cater to those people and come together and serve those that serve us. There's no better time in the world to do it. We can help you get there with us. Come along and join us. We have a great audience of people outside of this call that are coming along with us. Now's the time. So please reach out.
Great. Hey, thanks, guys. This was very moving, truly moving, and a great reunion for me to see you guys. It's been a while. You know, COVID comes along and kind of hang out in your house, and you kind of forget. And you guys are part of my roots as a journalist, by the way. So thank you all. Guys, don't leave. I'm going to stop recording, but don't leave. We'll do a quick wrap. And thank you so much, all of you, really.
Throughout our history, Americans have always found a way to come together when the unthinkable happens. Whether it be a natural or man-made tragedy, we as a people respond with kindness, with empathy, and with the strength and vigor that has always made us the envy of the world. Americans always band together for the good of humanity. We are citizens of New Jersey who want to make sure that our friends and our communities are ready to react now to all of those who serve us. Bonnie Carroll is the president and founder of T.A.P.S, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. When her husband and 7 other soldiers were killed in an Army plane crash back in the early 90s, there was no national organization in America to care for all those grieving the death of a military loved one. In 1994, T.A.P.S was launched to be that home for families of America's fallen heroes.
Here in New Jersey, we have an opportunity to reach thousands of surviving families, to collaborate with veterans organizations, with state agencies, to make a difference in the lives not only of the families here in New Jersey, but families across America by benchmarking best practices.
I was so inspired by what Bonnie Carroll's vision was to create a community for surviving families to feel hope and connection and care. I started thinking about sport and the universality of sport and how it brings people together in a way that nothing else really does. New Jersey has an opportunity to be the first state in our country to be able to engage at this level.
I love the fact that there is a sense of patriotism first coming out of this, and I think that could be something that about 49 other states in this country could learn from. During 9/11, I spent quite some time with the FDNY as well as the NYPD and other first responders, and I think sports can have a healing effect on the community at times. I think the state of New Jersey can certainly have an impact.
Well, the key to our success would be to put on successful events, concerts, film, arts. We can spread the word one community at a time. We need to celebrate ourselves now by celebrating those who give us our freedom.
Music to me is a gift. It's a God-given gift. I'm an American. I want to give, I want to share, especially to the military, to the first responders, to the people who have taken their time to give so much to us. It's a joy.
Joining the mission is a true American hero, Staff Sergeant Charles Eggleston, a United States Purple Heart and Bronze Star recipient, and a board member of Blue Star Families, empowering military and veteran families to thrive by connecting them with their civilian neighbors. Staff Sergeant Eggleston encourages New Jersey communities to support the mission by saluting those who served us.
Let's get the message out and inspire others to do goodwill. Inspire others to walk along with us in this journey. Inspire others just to do the right thing. Synergy. It was here 9/11 and it went away. Let's get it back because it's all about support.
TAPS is excited to work with Vince CIRIANNI, with all of our partners, to make a difference in the lives of those who have sacrificed so much for freedom.
Hello, my name is Vince CIRIANNI, and my message is simple. In this world of uncertainty, I think it is vital and important for all of us to be reunited, show compassion, empathy, and come back together like this great nation has in the past. I believe our great state of New Jersey can be the leader in forming a model and message for every state in America. Please join me on this journey of love, patriotism, and community.
To join our team and help salute those who protect and serve, please consider becoming a sponsor of one of our events. Visit us at lovepatriotism.com.